Okay, hi everyone. Thanks so much for watching. Today's video, I was asked to highlight a little bit of information on reduced values and how you can present them in life design analysis. Now, I was asked by an advisor who actually had great success using this kind of presentation that we offer in competition. Again, if you're not familiar with life design analysis, sign up free. We offer a 30-day free trial with any sign up. And again, our whole concept is comparing different products, but actually helping you, the agent, visualize the information you're trying to show your clients so they have a better understanding of the product. And again, when they see sort of the values associated with some of these products, they're more inclined to buy. I'm logging into the Elite account today, but again, like I said, if you're not familiar, sign up. This is kind of an interesting concept that I'm going to set up today. As I said, we're going to be focusing in on how to compare reduced values, but I'm actually going to illustrate a case that a user of ours actually used to dramatically increase their FYC. Again, they use this sort of concept in competition with an agent. So again, if you are in competition, I really hope that you are using our software because again, a lot of how you're able to communicate what product solution fits a client best is really half the battle. So again, if you could prove you have a better solution than another advisor, it goes a long way. So I'm going to set up a new case. And again, the advisor that I was working with, theirs happened to be a 52-year-old male. For $1 million of insurance benefit. I'm actually just going to set up this one using an age 50 male. But again, the same sort of concept applies. Doesn't matter really the face benefit. Sometimes the sweet spot, though, with certain products is, in certain age groups. And that's why it's important to use our software to search out those values and compare them. Again, like I said, I'm working within $1 million insurance benefit. So I'm just going to plug in $1 million here. And now I'm going to add the two different whole life products in this case. And again, as I mentioned, this case was equally about reduced examples. So the first that I'm going to add, and this is going to be the competition agent, was a Canada Life whole life. So again, I'm just going to say import from CSV. I've actually gone ahead and I've saved these spreadsheet files. But again, watch our whole life video if you're not sure how to get a whole life quote into life design analysis. Again, very simple. I'm just selecting the spreadsheet from the illustration software. And I just want to show you again where life design analysis pulls these from. Again, you can see if you go to report options, you're going to see that there is how you can set your reduced and your alternate reduced. And I'm actually going for a -2 example in both of these scenarios because, again, I want to highlight something where, in this case, the agent was really looking for something conservative to show their clients. Again, they know that what's important to their clients is the reduced example. They're skeptical of the market. So they really want to illustrate that. So again, I've brought in my Canada Life whole life. I'm going to bring in the other case in this example, which is actually an Equitable Life whole life. And again, the agent went with this, as I understand it, the Equitable Life product was actually designed in a low interest environment. And because it has a sort of a more nimble, smaller par fund, it's able to maybe, it has better reduced examples than a lot of the products that were designed post low interest environment. Again, so I'm going to import the other spreadsheet and upload it here. Again, it's also an Estate 20 page. So again, they're very similar products, just different companies here. And again, a lot of this is based around what you believe the par fund will do. So a lot of this is speculatory. But again, in the current situation with the current dividends and their projections over these times, we actually can compare these. I'm actually going to take out product names altogether. So I'm going to rename this and I'm going to say this is competition agent. Like that. And then I'm going to also rename the other one and say it was an LDA user. So again, this is the agent who's using our software here. And again, LDA user. I'll say member. Again, you can see when you edit the title, again, there's also options for what you want the reduced example to be. So in the other example, we changed it to 2%. We're going to set both of these to -2%. Some softwares, their spreadsheet will bring in both reduced examples, and you can toggle between what we'd like to show. So again, we've got our two plans in there brought in from the spreadsheet. The only thing I do want to say, we want to look at it to age 99. I think it's increasingly important to look at it longer in life. And also, I'm going to look at the IRR of these two plans more around life expectancy, so I'm going to set the offset to 30 years. Again, you get to play with sort of the controls of the case. The other thing, again, is, we've specified which reduced type we want. What do we want to illustrate, though? Now, both examples come in those interactive charts, but if we're producing a PDF and we want to show the reduced example, which, again, was important to our client, all we do is select reduced example type here from this scenario. Again, you can add any internal notes, report notes. And again, you can kind of select these different ones. Now, the real ones that I'm really important in, that I think are important in this one are the cash overlay and the insurance benefit overlay, because we want to compare these two and say, who has a better solution. I'm going to leave a couple extra on that I probably wouldn't put in the PDF, but I just want to show again a couple different elements of LDA in this video. So again, once you've selected reduced type and selected your reduced example, if there are multiples from the edit screen there, again, you can generate this case. And again, this is fantastic, as I say, if you are in competition. It's one of the, not that every case you are going to be in is competition, but again, if you could, like I say, if show your solution is better, it really goes a long way. So again, I've got a needs analysis I've done in this report. We're going to skip down here and kind of get into really the two different products. So again, there's the competition agent, what they're proposing, and what we're proposing here. And you can see the one solution we've got is actually a little bit less money. We'll see exactly year over year. I mean, they're very close. They're within, sort of about, it looks like a, very slim margin. So we're not going to see any really tangible differences in the payment schedule. And I know you see one line there, but if I sort of take away the other product there, you're actually going to see they're kind of mirrored over each other because they're very much the same price. As you'd expect, sort of similar sum of premiums. Again, you might take out some of these charts if you were sort of customizing the case. But again, you can see that, if you're competition, I'm just going to zoom out here a little bit. If you've got the competition, you load in their product versus yours. Again, you can visually see actually the differences between these plans. If you see this one is actually struggling to get above $2 million here. You can see this one actually surpasses $2 million right around year 91, so a whole 9 years earlier. And again, you can visually see that it's meteor. Now, as I said, I might not include each individual one. I might use our overlays if I was actually doing this case. But I like to show these anyway so you get the idea of how these visuals could actually show that one's a little bit larger than the other. So again, here's the LDA member, their solution versus their competition. As I said, what I really wanted to focus on here was the cash overlays. So again, what we can see is that these are both reduced examples. So these are the 2% reduction here. And again, if we could say, look, this is what the other age is proposing, and here's the plan that I think is better because it's better in a reduced environment. Again, this plan happens to be designed in a reduced environment. And for that deposit difference, this is actually how much extra cash value you're going to get and how much extra insurance benefit you're going to get. And again, as some people will say that, these are just projection, that's fine. Now, there are certain elements that are guaranteed too. So again, you could also bring in guaranteed cash value versus another and compare those values as well. And as you can see, there's still it's a slight margin advantage on the guarantees. Now, most of these dividends have been offered for the last 130 years. So, it's also important to look at their total cash values. And again, you can see the differences between these plans. Again, this LDA member clearly demonstrating, look, I'm showing you a solution with, potentially much more cash value for the same deposit. Again, same insurance benefit overlay. We get to see one plan versus the other. And again, this is the reduced example. We can also interactively bring in the primary. But again, just saying that, this is sort of what we're recommending versus the other one. You'll see the obvious benefits of going with your recommendation. So again, like I say, I hope in a sort of a competition scenario, you're using an LDA report. Again, we're actually showing here, we're $25 a year difference. So as I said, it's a very negligible difference in premium. Over the course of those 20 years, we're actually saving them $500. So, savings pretty insignificant. I'd pretty much call these the exact same price. Though what there is difference. So again, this is the cash value of the competition agent versus the LDA member. So we're actually down $1,000 in the first year. After 5 years, we're down $157. However, if this is an estate plan and looking out long term, we could say, in 25 years, not only did I save you the $500, probably not going to be significant as I say, but there's actually $250,000 more cash value. So again, that's a significant value. That's a nice increase of, it's not just that extra $500 savings probably didn't mean much, but the $250,000 of cash certainly will. Coming over here to the insurance benefit side, again, we look out here, we've got $346,000 more insurance. Again, taking it out to, say maybe life expectancy, we're almost at $500,000 of life insurance extra. So again, a very competitive analysis. And again, if you're in competition and your client says I could have $500,000 more of life insurance and actually pay slightly less, that's going to be a selling point. That's going to help you win the case. Again, as I say, once you have your case exactly as you like, looking at even things like internal rate of return. So again, showing a stronger internal rate of return can be very important. again, looking at the internal rate of return of insurance benefit. When you have it all set, again, like I say, one button, generate a PDF, and that's how, again, you're adding to that professionalism. You're adding some branding. You're increasing basically the value that you offer to your client and helping them understand the differences in product. Again, this one's branded with my logo and all that information. Again, imagine your logo right here, your company name, properly dated. So again, that's sort of the power of an LDA report and how it can help you position product. Again, one, in a reduced environment if you want to highlight reduced examples. Two, when you're in competition. And three, even using those overlay metrics. So again, I hope this gives you some ideas on how you can present product to clients. And again, I hope you're one of our subscribers who comes to me and says, look, you've dramatically increased my FYC. We've done what's best for the client, and I'm ultimately thrilled with your product. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, send them to charlie@lifedesignanalysis.com. And again, look forward to any future suggestions on videos. Happy to make some different examples. Thanks so much. Take care.